Yo, welcome to Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach, along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wally. We talking boxing today. Ryan Garcia versus Devin the Dream Haney, and we talking boxing. You know, we got Byron in the building with us. We got Tion in the building with us. Man, it's finna go down. Ryan Garcia, the challenger, 24-1 versus the undefeated Devin Haney. This will be an upset of monument proportions if Ryan Garcia was to win. It's been a lot of build up to this fight. Is this fight even going to happen? Ryan Garcia, they said he was tweaking out, but it looks like it's still going to happen. So I'm going to start with you, Byron. What's your thoughts on this fight? And can an upset be made in this fight?
Absolutely not.
Hey, I was trying.
Listen, I was one of the few people that had the opinion that Ryan Garcia would be a little bit more of a challenge to Tank Davis, and I was wrong. And since his move up to 140, I think just a build up for this fight, because I think this is a very pivotal fight for Ryan Garcia, and to see that his mind state has been all over the place, and seeing Devin Haney seemingly locked in, I just don't see this being a very competitive fight. I didn't think it was competitive in the first place, because this is an era in boxing that we live in now where we have fighters like Rolly Romero, Ryan Garcia, who have these cult-like followings on social media, which has turned into dollar signs as far as gate sales, and you got promoters that are putting them in here with world-class talent, basically to be decimated. And the promoter is going to eat, and you know, Devin Haney is definitely going to move up another notch at 140. But as far as this being a challenging fight for Devin Haney, I think this is just a money fight, because he didn't feel that they could make a fight with Teofimo Lopez. So this is something to stay fresh, and you're going to make a little money doing it.
Absolutely. Garcia stopped Oscar Duarte's last fight. Haney dominated Progen's last fight. So both of them are coming off victories. So Byron said, hell no, there's no chance for Ryan Garcia. What you think, Tion?
No, I agree. There is no chance. I don't...
Is it something, like, what makes... Before we go, I'm going to ask you, I want you to
So, like, this is what the question says. The question says... What are my thoughts on Ryan Garcia as he attempts to pull off a massive upset? He does not have the tools equipped to pull off what is asked to be pulled off. Yeah. Like, his bag is not deep enough, and it's gonna show. I dare say this, because styles make fights, he gonna look worse against Haney than he did against Tank.
Yeah, because he's fighting a better boxer. A way better boxer.
Tank can box. Let's not get it confused. He can box. Like, people have said that lately. Haney is a boxer. That's what he does. He's a technician. Yep. And like the things that he's good at, which is Ryan Garcia, the conditions have to be perfect in order for those things to be relevant. Like his counter punching.
Yeah.
Like it has to be certain avenues and angles that he can exploit and all that stuff. Devin Haney's not gonna give you that.
No.
He's just not. I mean, it's just, and from a style aspect, and it's just, I don't think it's looking good. I don't think it's looking good, and I think he's going to look worse against Devin Haney than versus Tank. Even if it's not a knockout. I mean...
It's just going to be pure domination.
It's just going to be pure domination, because he's going to be able to turn Ryan Garcia and put him in certain positions that he don't like to be in, and you go realize that, like, you think you have a certain speed level and it's not where you think it is, because now there's this dude in front of you. He a master at all this. You know what I'm saying?
And Haney looks good at 140. I think 140 is the weight that he's supposed to be in right now at this time in his career, and that is a big factor in this fight. I think he's just gonna. He's not gonna be gassed. It's not gonna be 135 where he's struggling.
Nope.
He's just like, bring it on, get in here. I don't care if you your best. I'm going to.
I think he got like about four, because I remember we said a while ago. I think his ultimate goal is 147. Yeah. You could see his body. I think is built for it. And we all know boxing. He's destined to be a 147 pounder. But I agree with you. I think he gonna sit down at 140 for a while, because it's a comfort level.
It's a comfort level.
It's a comfort level. So Ryan Garcia's bag's not deep enough.
Yeah, I guess Ryan Garcia, with all the social media and all the comments, he's trying to play head games, maybe with Devin Haney, trying to figure an angle to get Devin Haney mad, or maybe just have him thinking, or maybe overlooking, because everybody's like, Ryan Garcia's tripping, he has no chance in sight. So that's the only thing. Maybe that's going on. Adi, what you think? Is there a chance for Garcia? How does Garcia pull off this upset if it was to happen?
Well, Oscar De La Hoya allowed Pitbull Cruz to steal Ryan Garcia's opportunity to finally become a legitimate champion, okay? That was supposed to be King Ryan out there knocking out Rolly Romero to snatch away his WBA junior welterweight crown. Okay?
I did not know that.
Ryan Garcia instructed the Golden Boy to get him a fight with Rolly Romero. And Oscar De La Hoya totally disregarded his wishes to the delight of Bill Haney. Okay, and so Ryan Garcia, he didn't help himself out by leaking that footage. When Tank Davis was annihilating Devin Haney in a sparring session. Okay, so Garcia gave Devin Haney a little added.
They blame that on Mayweather. You think Mayweather has something to do with that?
Maybe he did.
I think he had his hands in it.
Yeah.
I blame everything.
They all a little shifty. They all a little shifty. You get to a certain level.
It wasn't a smart move.
So he added more fuel to the fire. He gave him a little bulletin board material, and so now Devin Haney doesn't need any extra motivation. You gave it to him, okay? Yeah. And so, but now here he goes. That's a massive underdog. And so in Ryan Garcia's last fight against Oscar Duarte, he ran into some trouble, ran into some issues, absorbing some body punches, but he did get on a run and he recovered. And in the 8th round, my man Ryan Garcia went ahead and hurt Oscar Duarte with a left hook, and then he caught him on the ropes, gave him a lot of power punches, finished him with a right hook for the knockout. And that's what Ryan Garcia needs in this fight, because it's highly unlikely that Ryan Garcia is going to outbox Devin Haney. He's and win by decision through the CompuBox stats, okay? And if Ryan Garcia cannot get a knockout, he's going to have to at least get a knockdown to get a 10-8 round, to get those scorecards a little bit closer, and then try to muster up something late in the fight and just try to get the judges on his side, get the crowd on his side. He's got to try to get some momentum. And so, like Fundora, no one thought Fundora was going to beat Tim Tszyu, but we had a freak accident at the end of the 2nd round. He needs something crazy to happen to pull this off.
Tion, so we talked about Garcia, how he can pull us. Y'all kind of, spoke on a little bit, but how is Devin Haney going to approach this fight with Ryan Garcia? What do you think? I know besides all the talking, all the media fanfare from a boxing point of view, how you think? How is he going to attack Ryan Garcia?
Like he attacks everybody else. Business is business. It's nothing personal.
Yeah.
I think we need to start talking about Devin Haney's camp and his preparation for every single fight. I think when I rewatched the Lomachenko fight earlier today, I noticed that regardless of who you think won, one of the better fights I've seen in a very long time. I still do think Haney did squeak it out, but I think it could go either way. I see both arguments. My point being, he was able to keep Lomachenko, in a sense, at bay as far as what Lomachenko's great at into the last 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Meaning that the bag that Lomachenko has was able to withstand Haney's technique.
Right.
Ryan don't have that. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully Ryan looked at the tape too. Hopefully Ryan looked at that tape too.
He doesn't have a Lomachenko Hall of Fame type bag. No. And that was the only type of fighter that could have made Haney's technique break down as much as it did. The last 3-4 rounds of the fight, we all was pretty much saying like, Loma might win this fight because these last 3 rounds is lopsided. But what I'm saying is, Haney's gonna look at his opponent like he did Lomachenko, like he did every fight up until this point. He's gonna look at his opponent, see what his strengths and weaknesses are, and he's going to exploit them every single time. He does it every single time. So he's gonna approach it like he normally does. He's not about to jump out his body and try to do anything out of the ordinary. He doesn't have to. He's too good.
Right.
He can just go in there, stick to whatever his game plan is or he decides to do. And like I said, Ryan Garcia is not going to be able to walk into counter punches. So that power gets negated some because now your best punches are taken completely out of the equation.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So Haney's going to approach it like he approaches every other fight with the intent to be the winner.
Same question to you, Brian. You know, Ryan Garcia 24-1. How you think Devin Haney approaches this fight?
I love his camp. I think his camp kind of has him rooted where they don't underestimate Ryan Garcia.
Anybody.
They kind of know the weapons and what he brings. It may appear that they are responding to a lot of the noise, but I think they're trying to sell this fight because they want this fight, because this is a money fight. So they don't want, you know, it to get to 2 weeks and then you got to look for an opponent. Yeah. So, but I see him as being very locked in. I don't see him as looking past this guy. They do have an amateur history where they fought in the amateurs, so it's not something where although he's predicting knockout, he's saying he's going to blitz through him. You know, if you've watched any Devin Haney fight, you know Devin Haney doesn't take chances unless he doesn't have to. He's going to take his time. He's going to see how he wants to break this down. And again, if you see a unanimous decision, you're going to see 12 rounds of absolute brutality because he's that much better a boxer than Ryan Garcia. I think, you know, Adi hit it on the head. He had an opportunity right in front of him to not only make some money and to win a fight at 140. And you choose to go after the pound for pound at 135 and the soon to be pound for pound at 140. And I think this is at a time in his career with the trainer change that he had. He hasn't had enough time to you know, have time with Derek James to where he can have some type of arsenal that he can use in this caliber of a championship fight. And so I know we're talking a lot about Ryan Garcia, but you have to talk about him because for Devin Haney, this is just basically staying on course, going in there, the master of the CompuBox, and just beating this guy, you know, at will and not getting hurt. And so that you can move forward later in this year to possibly have a Teofimo Lopez or whichever route you want to go. You know, I think once he wins this fight,
he's already in control. This is going to further his grip on the control of whatever his destiny is. He's going to be able to pick.
I think a lot of people will, if he wins this fight and he wins it very, very well, I think that's a really good selling chip, you know, with Teofimo Lopez, because I mean at 140 the man looks scary at 140. Punches he's sitting on punches, and you can just tell when a guy is comfortable in training camp. And I really think he's going to be a monster at 140, so I don't think this is going to be a fight where, you know, it's going to be a lot to talk about. I think Ryan Garcia might have a good 2 rounds, but I just think it's going to be Devin Haney basically enforcing his will on this kid, and you know, hopefully Ryan Garcia you know, takes a break from boxing, because, you know, I really wasn't comfortable with, you know, the antics at the beginning of this camp. That's just because, you know, former football player, CTE. I know that stuff, erratic behavior is real. And so, you know, the kid has a lot going on, promotions, and you know, young and being thrusted in that spotlight. I have empathy for him. I don't want you guys to think, you know, because I'm talking, because he is going to get his ass kicked. I still got empathy for the kid, and, you know, I hope that, you know, a sound beating kind of takes him back,
bring him back,
and refocus, because I do believe he has tools.
He does.
He's naturally big. He's a naturally big kid, and so I think he has tools. I think he has a marvelous jab that he doesn't use enough. And I just think he needs to set it up. He's kind of like a young Deontay Wilder, where he has a good money shot, but everybody knows it's coming. And you're not gonna hit a good boxer with a shot that they know is coming.
So, that's true. I agree.
Fair point. You watching Spectator Sporting? Make sure you go subscribe to the page Spectator Sporting on YouTube. Leave comments. Adi, so let's talk to me about Devin Haney's point of view. Like, how is Devin Haney? How do you think he's gonna approach this fight?
Yeah, well, the last time we saw Devin Haney in a ring, he went against Regis Prograis. And after the 6th round of that fight, the ref could have just stopped the fight. It was total domination, okay? The Rougarou had no hope with that 67-inch reach versus Devin Haney's 71-inch reach. And so Regis Prograis, he just could not figure out how to close the distance. But King Rye should not have that problem in this fight. When you look at the tails of the tape, neither fighter has a significant height or reach advantage, okay? And Ryan Garcia, he has the 80% knockout rate versus Devin Haney's 48% knockout rate. Devin Haney hasn't knocked anybody out in over 4 years. But when you look at Devin Haney's championship level successful experiences, defeating George Kambosos to become the undisputed champ of the world, edging out Lomachenko for a very close, winning by the slimmest of margins over Lomachenko, and then snatching the WBC crown from Regis Prograis. Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia has no significant championship level experiences thanks to the mismanagement of the Golden Boy. And against Ryan Garcia's request, Oscar De La Hoya is forcing Garcia to skip several steps and milestones to go against an overwhelming favorite who is clearly choosing to fight guys who no one believes can beat him, okay? He's ever since that escaping with that controversial victory over Lomachenko, he's been fighting guys that no one believes can beat him. And so this is just a scrimmage for him. It's just a sparring session for Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. I feel bad for Garcia because I feel like Oscar De La Hoya is feeding him to the wolves. I can see why my man Ryan Garcia has so much animosity towards Oscar De La Hoya, and they be going back and forth and everything. And this guy Garcia knows he should be fighting guys that more Oscar Duarte's like that before he can be ready for guys like Haney.
But let me ask you this. Can we blame Devin Haney for taking this fight?
No,
because this is a money fight, and it's a problem in boxing, and I kind of talked about it in my first comment. This is Rolly Romero and the Ryan Garcias of boxing exists because they put butts in seats. They sell. So I think after beating Regis Prograis, I mean, where do you go?
No, shit, Subir Matias, Teofimo Lopez.
I mean, you can, but is that
up to 147?
Is that a more lucrative fight than against Ryan Garcia? I don't think so.
Sign a rehydration clause and fight Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you don't fight.
I mean, we're talking about
the winner. Tio and Haney is gonna fight Boots. So that's just my prediction.
What I'm saying is, this is a money fight. And you watch these guys, you see where, how Devin Haney is coming up. Devin Haney wants to be the undisputed. So it's not like Devin Haney is going to take lesser competition, because that doesn't get him to his goal. His goal is to be undisputed.
Well, his goal was to run away from Curtis Stevenson when he was his man.
That is true. That is true. But he did say before that fight that he was having problems making 135.
He's making
and this is a fact. This is a fact. This is something that he said before, and he said, he did say he was willing to fight Shakur at 140. And Shakur did say he wasn't ready to move up to 140. I'm not really seeing
the timing was just awkward.
I don't see him ducking these guys. I think right now in his plan of moving up, I got the undisputed title at 135. I can give Haney the pass. And now I'm going to 140.
Like a lot of other people that we had these conversations about, I see what you're saying about Haney, and I agree with you. I can give Haney the pass. I don't think it was intentional. Because you could tell, like I said, we said previously, he's supposed to be at 147 in his career. Like 135 is just a quick stop. Devin Haney's, his frame is built for 140, 147, and maybe even further if he wants to. So I won't knock him for that.
No, I'm not gonna hate on Devin Haney. Okay, he had a really great fight with Lomachenko, and then he fought Regis Prograis. Everybody knew he was gonna beat him. Everybody knew it was gonna be Ryan Garcia. I'm just saying, when is he gonna fight somebody that is gonna be competitive? That's all I'm trying to say.
Will Teofimo Lopez make that fight?
It should be Teofimo,
and that's when we'll see it. I mean. And it's not like Teofimo Lopez is not in his rate. Like, that's who he wants.
Right. If you get a focused Teofimo Lopez, that's an incredible fight. It's dangerous for Haney.
Yeah, it is.
Because if it's a focused Teo, it's a different dude.
And then watch Garcia knock him out.
Adi hates Devin Haney.
We haven't made a prediction yet.
Well, listen, man. All y'all, it's all about business. We know that. But if you've been listening to hip hop this week, Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, the two best in the game, stepped in the ring. Devin Haney can get in the best in the ring with one of these boxers too. We shall see. We went through all the what's and whys and what can happen, what possibly can happen. So I'm gonna start with you, Adi. Who wins this fight?
Okay, well, as we already know who's gonna win, but I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
We don't know. The fight ain't happened yet. The fight ain't happened yet.
Okay, so as Ryan Garcia loses round after round, he's gonna have to get more aggressive than usual. Okay, and he's gonna have to get into some dirty boxing. Okay, clinch him,
That's a good point.
hold him,
That's a good point.
slam him,
Yeah.
headbutt him like the real deal Holyfield. Okay, get dirty, bro. Like.
Victor Ortiz?
Yeah, man. Do something wild, man. Like, just don't go out too quietly in the night. Don't go out too quietly in the Brooklyn night, okay? So, and prove me wrong, prove everybody wrong. No one here believes you can win. No one, I don't think there's anybody you can find on the internet that's saying Ryan Garcia is going to win, okay? And so, just prove everybody wrong. Just give me a good fight. Just surprise us with a good battle. And, but I'm going to predict that I'm going with a 8th round knockout for Devin Haney. I think he's going to finally. I think he's going to get that knockout. He hasn't got it in over 4 years. I think Devin Haney's going to knock him out in the 8th round.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. So Adi, 8th round knockout. Byron, what's your prediction on the fight?
Yeah, I think, well, just watching Haney fight, Haney doesn't start out guns blazing. I think he goes into this fight, fills him out 5-6 rounds, and Adi's going to pick 8. I'm going to go for a 10th round knockout. I don't see this going 12. I don't see Garcia standing up to the elite boxer that Devin Haney is. Like you alluded to, he don't got enough in his bag to stop it. I mean, he's got a good left, but I think Devin Haney is going to take care of that early in the fight.
Yep.
And he's going to get him out of there. I think this is it's a bit of a personal tone to this fight.
Yep.
And it looks better for Haney to stop Ryan Garcia as opposed to going 12 rounds with him. So I'm going 10-round knockout.
Man, a 10-round knockout for Byron. 8-round knockout. Tion, what's your prediction?
I'm gonna go 6.
Woo!
Wow, that's really
I don't want that early.
I'm gonna see. Yeah, I do, because as I'm listening to these brothers speak, and we all in consensus is that there's no way Ryan Garcia can win this fight. But what you just said, I think is real pertinent. It's gonna look way better if he stops Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
And I think it is personal a little bit. And I think it's gonna be a little more intent on them punches. He gonna sit a little heavier towards about the 3rd or 4th round. I think that's when Haney, you go see that he probably caught his groove. And he probably out there doing whatever he wants to at will.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's probably gonna start looking real bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think by like the 6th round, because Ryan Garcia could be baited into a lot of different things. Mm-hmm. And I think we're gonna see that early as far as how Haney's moving and turning and ducking under and slipping this and that. I can see him going down to 6. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, so
I ain't gonna lie.
8th. Wait, no, you said
8, 10.
10, and 6. Listen, Ryan Garcia is such a heavy underdog. You got to be careful in these fights.
Yeah.
Haney, I know Haney's locked in. He's got a good staff and all that, but still, it's just natural instinct sometimes if you're fighting a lesser opponent to not be at your best. Yeah. So Haney got to be careful of that. Ryan Garcia is 24-1. So with that being said, he's gonna get knocked out in the 7th. That's what. He's gonna get knocked out in the 7th round. Look. Right. If Devin Haney loses this fight, this will be one of the biggest upsets of fighting.
Of the past 20 years.
So if you bet on Garcia and you hit, you bet on Garcia and you hit, you might be a rich man.
And I think you just said something too, like. I think this fight is one of those fights that like we gonna look back, even though as fight fans we know he's not the best opponent, but I think it's gonna be a different Devin Haney.
Yeah.
I honestly feel I think he's fighting for the history books with from this fight forward.
Yeah.
He's fighting for Hall of Fame. He's fighting for history. He's fighting to be stacked up against the best of the best, and I think it's gonna show from this fight to the rest of his career. I think every fight is going to be, how did he stack up against this fighter at this age? How many undisputeds or unifies, you know what I'm saying? And Ryan has no chance.
Well, hopefully Ryan Garcia can surprise all of us boxing fans. Well, I ain't gonna say all of it because there's probably some people that think Garcia's gonna win and make a quality fight. Make a quality fight, but all of us here, we got basically no matter what round we got him getting knocked out. And Devin Haney, like Adi said, hasn't knocked nobody out in 4 years.
Yeah.
So that lets you know like how confident we are in this fight. But we shall see. You watching Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wally. Thanks to our boxing aficionados, Mr. Byrne, Mr. Tion. We out. Peace.